Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Good evening. Right now, Local 4 News at 5. The search intensifying for the missing woman out of Farmington Hills, why investigators have searched a home in Berkeley multiple times.
This is what's left after a fire on Detroit's east side. What the family did to break free. That story on Local 4.
But we do begin with that all-important holiday weekend forecast. And as you can see right there on 4 Live radar, a line of rain and snow marching toward Metro Detroit. And we all want a white Christmas, but we wouldn't mind for all that white stuff holding off until Christmas Eve.
Yeah, once we've reached our destinations.
Right.
There's still a lot of travel to be done and gifts to buy. Take a live look right now from Sky 4 over Great Lakes Crossing. You can see the mall is absolutely packed with last-minute shoppers.
And over at Metro Airport, weather isn't affecting flights just yet, but there are a few delays for the thousands of people who are trying to fly out.
And let's get right over to Andrew. And Andrew, talk about what's on the way. It's a mix of rain and snow, right?
That's right, Priya and Everett. We're going to be playing tag with the freezing marks, some places above freezing, some places right at freezing or even below. So that's why we'll see that mixture. And you're right, timing is everything. Right now it's still pretty far away. We're just seeing cloudy skies here in Detroit, but rain and snow starting to fall back toward Chicago, northern portions of Indiana as well. All headed in this direction. We have 35 degrees currently. That's 3 degrees above freezing. Visibility pretty good, down to 5 miles, but that's still pretty manageable. Remember, if it rains or snows, visibility does tend to get worse. So low visibility and slipperiness on roadways, a possibility. You can see some of it arrives as early as 7, 8 o'clock this evening. Starts to pick up as we get closer to 11 o'clock, but all of it remains on the light side, meaning that amounts will be minor, anywhere from a trace to an inch at the most by the end of tomorrow morning. We'll talk more about this detail by detail, town by town, in your full forecast for the holiday weekend, coming right up.
Right now we want to get to breaking news that we are following for you tonight. NBC News confirming that Star Wars actress Carrie Fisher has been hospitalized after suffering a massive heart attack. The 60-year-old was on a flight from London to LA when she went into cardiac arrest. We're told the plane landed in the U.S. where she was transported to a nearby hospital. There's no word yet on her condition, but of course we'll keep you updated.
And our other top story tonight, a new twist in the disappearance of Danielle Stitzlicki.
She is that Farmington Hills woman who disappeared without a trace back on December 2nd. Well, today, police searched this home in Berkeley in connection to the case. Let's get out live to our Nick Monticelli, who's following the story for us tonight. Nick, neighbors say that they've seen police there before?
Everett, good evening. Not before, but actually several times before. And because of the nature of this investigation, we can't discuss specifically who is living in that home. But family friends are telling us there's a couple inside and the man is not there.
There was just a forensic truck and a series of cop cars.
The search for Danielle Stitzlicki seems to intensify by the day. Last night, detectives from Farmington Hills and members of the Oakland County forensic team spent hours searching for clues inside of this Berkeley home. But what's even more attention-grabbing is that investigators have searched this home not once, not twice, but several times in the last few weeks.
They talked to me a few weeks ago, but I had been out of town, so I didn't really see anything or know anything.
It's just a little alarming that somebody would be involved in something, if it's true.
By now, most of the neighborhood knows the investigation here is tied to the disappearance of Danielle Stitzlicki. She has not been seen since December 2nd, and police believe she is a victim of a crime. Today, the Farmington Hills police chief said detectives, evidence technicians, and crime lab personnel from several law enforcement agencies have been working tirelessly and remain committed to finding Danielle and solving this case. The investigation has been progressing since day one. Strangely, one day after she went missing, her Jeep Renegade was found parked 8 feet from her apartment door, with her purse left inside. Her mother continues to beg for answers.
I plead as a family, as a mother, from the deepest of my heart, help us bring Danielle home.
The true heartache in that mother's voice. Now, there are several different awards that are being collected, some of them even private money. So the total now for information leading to where Danielle is $129,000. We are live tonight. Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
That is a lot of money, Nick. Hopefully somebody will come forward with any information that might lead to an arrest in this case. However, is there any indication that this investigation has stalled? They've been at this home so many times before.
They have been to the home several times before, and no, there's no indication that things are stalling, but as we well know, the further away we get from her disappearance, the less likely they are to find exactly what happened here. That is exactly why the reward is so high and why they need good information and good tips to come in.
Yeah, we typically don't see rewards that high. Hopefully, again, somebody will come forward. Nick, thank you.
Well, 2 days before Christmas, and one Detroit family is counting their blessings tonight, even though they lost everything in an overnight fire. 3 people were hurt as they scrambled to get out, but luckily they're all going to be okay. Coco McAvoy spoke to them as they worked to come to grips with what happened.
This house was destroyed by the fire. You can see that it's gutted on the inside. Things like a mailbox just laying where the living room used to be. It's also gutted on the outside. You can see pieces of siding on the porch. And the family's just saying they don't know where to turn.
Oh my God. Everything.
Jan Crook carried out the few items he could salvage after this morning's fire.
Whoa, it's 2 days before Christmas and I can't do nothing for my kids. They don't even got a house. That's the old part about it.
Both Crook and the mother of his children, Lakeisha Henry, still in shock. The family was asleep when they started to smell smoke.
I jumped up and I opened the room door. The whole living room was in flames.
Crook and Henry jumped into action, grabbing their kids, 6-year-old Jan and 11-year-old Shakisha.
We had to run through them flames, knock the 2x4 off the door.
Open the door and pushed the kids outside. They went and jumped in the car.
The family lost everything in the fire.
We don't got nothing. No money, no clothes, nothing.
But the family is grateful to God that they didn't lose something more precious just 2 days before Christmas.
God saved us. We're right here right now because of God. My babies could have been gone, man.
Out here live now, as you can see, the family is just devastated after this fire, and they say fire officials don't know exactly what caused the fire, but they're just so grateful that everyone made it out of the house and is okay. Reporting live this evening, I'm Coco McAvoy, Local 4, back to you.
And Coco, your heart just breaks for this family. Is there any way people can help?
Yes, so as you heard, the family lost everything in the fire, clothing, just all of their belongings. So they're asking for any kind of help, and we're of course going to put their contact information on our website, clickondetroit.com.
All right, thank you, Coco.
A traffic light was knocked down in the middle of an intersection this afternoon after a car accident in Warren. It's all happening around 3 o'clock, right at the intersection of Shaner and Common. And at this point, it's unclear what caused the crash, but EMS was on the scene, and right now crews are working to clear the road as police investigate.
On Detroit's east side, police are still looking for the gunman who shot 2 men during a carjacking.
Yeah, this carjacking happened at this intersection right there of Neff and Harper earlier this morning, just east of I-94. That's where a group of men forced the 2 victims to strip down and run away. The suspects then shot at the victims before stealing their car. Nearby, the shots woke up residents who say this really isn't a normal occurrence here.
We have a lot of activity goes on around here, but not like that. Breaking and enterings and, a lot of loud noise and arguing, different people arguing, but we never had. I've never experienced the gunshots.
And at this time, both victims are hospitalized. They are in serious condition while police continue to search for the suspects. And the search for the key suspect in the Berlin truck attack came to a very deadly end today in Italy.
A short time after he was killed by police, this video right here was released of that suspect pledging allegiance to ISIS. Ann Thompson is in Berlin tonight following it all.
This morning, Italian investigators gathering evidence at the scene of the shootout. The most wanted man in Europe, 24-year-old Amas Amri, dead, killed after he was asked for ID by Italian police. Officials say Amri immediately pulled a gun and started firing. There is no doubt, Italy's interior minister told reporters, that the dead man is Amri. This is what officials believe Amri did at the Berlin Christmas market. The truck on the left of your screen is a dark menace on the street awash in holiday lights. At 40 miles an hour, running over people and stalls in the market. German authorities say they found Omri's fingerprints inside and outside the truck's cab. Italy was familiar territory to Omri. After leaving his hometown in Tunisia in 2011, Omri spent more than 3 years in prison there for setting fire to a refugee center. A prison official tells NBC News Omri was violent but showed no signs of religious fundamentalism. At the Berlin market, it's back to business. Returning here, an emotional moment for this woman, who, like Omri, is from Tunisia.
There is a kind of double sadness, but good people are everywhere and bad people are also everywhere.
The police officer injured in this shooting is recovering in an Italian hospital. He is said to be in stable condition, and his injuries are not life-threatening. Here in Berlin, German authorities are thanking their Italian counterparts for all their support and cooperation and are saying they are very relieved that Omri is no longer a threat. I'm Ann Thompson in Berlin. Now back to you.
Meanwhile, Australian police have foiled a major terror attack planned for Christmas Day. 3 men were arrested today during early morning raids and are now facing terror charges. Police saying the men intended to use explosives to attack several high-profile places in Melbourne.
Well, White Boy Rick Wershe's annual holiday food drive was today.
Yeah, every year, Wershe's friends give hundreds of items to be donated to needy families here in Detroit. And today, volunteers gathered at the Emmanuel Lutheran Church on Detroit's east side to collect donations. And among the items donated are hams, turkeys, bagged potatoes, cases of water, and kitchen appliances. Well, it's a small recall, but a very big problem.
Yeah, ahead at 5, the important recall Chrysler is issuing tonight over a potentially dangerous flaw.
And a new battle brewing in Flint. What the state says they can't do to help people affected by the water crisis. Paula?
Hey guys, I want you to take a look around. This is chaos before this Inkster Elementary School is turned into the North Pole. Wait till you see it. This is way, way cool.
January 6th. New at 6.
A female worker sexually assaulted inside an Oakland County laundromat. New at 6, what he said to the clerk to get her to unlock the front door.
Plus, surveillance video captures a thief moments before he steals from a local business. The damage he caused, all for a few bucks.
Well, it's going to take a long time to wipe the smiles off all of these little faces after a very cool surprise in Inkster today.
Yeah, Amy G., the principal at David Hicks Elementary, transformed the school gym into a winter wonderland for a holiday party for her students. Our Paula Tutman shows us how she pulled this whole party off for 450 kids, all while keeping it a secret.
Of course, we do a lot of holiday giving stories this time of year. But wait until you see what is in store for these kids. It's close to lunchtime at David Hicks Elementary School in Inkster, and it is controlled chaos.
Mohammed's right here. There we go.
Gifts are being assembled, first grade boy, first grade girl. Lunches are being set because in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Principal Amy G. has only been here since fall, but she knows her students, and she knows that many of them have been grinched by their family circumstances.
Being a 90% free and reduced lunch school, these babies deserve Christmas as much as any other child across the United States. Oh God. We have had situations here that some adults have never even gone through. And at the very least, if we can show the kids here that we love them and that no matter what goes on in their home lives, that we are their safe place every single day.
And so she started a campaign to raise money and toys to give a single gift per child. But hearts were opened, and so were wallets. And so each of the 435 children here not only get 5 toys to open today, but toys to take home and open beneath the tree Christmas Day.
We needed immediately to create a family environment, to let the kids know first that we love them, second, that they're going to teach them.
Even state police who joined in on the toy drive got emotional.
You can kind of see they're welling up a little bit, but yeah, it's cool. It's cool seeing this. And believe it or not, this is just the first wave. They've got 2 more to go. Okay, so tell the truth. Yeah, you right there in the red shirt. Your heart just opened up. 3 more sizes.
Heart still not open? Let's watch this again.
I'm like so emotional of how like I miss Jean doing this for us. I'm just so happy.
Ah, here it is. I hear it. Well, in Whoville, they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Merry Christmas. Paula Tutman, Local 4.
Are you kidding me?
My heart is overflowing with joy for those kids.
That is out of control. Our producer, Tim French, said that this was the best story of 2016. Tim, you were right.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't stop watching their faces.
Yeah.
You can watch them all weekend long.
Yeah.
That joy, surprise, discovery, absolutely heartwarming.
And thank you to Annie Gee.
Absolutely.
You need people like that in your community.
Principal of the year right there.
That's right.
Wow.
Great job, Paula. Great story there.
Absolutely.
Hey, we're still seeing some thawing right now. We have some rain, snow on the way, but still at least a couple of hours away, it looks like. Out there right now, we're still looking at cloudy skies. Some returns coming up on the radar, but the air is just simply too dry for right now. The main batches of rain and snow still to our west, but should arrive here within the next few hours. You can see back towards Chicago, it's warm enough where a lot of rain is being produced. That's what you see here in areas of green and yellow. The patches of blue that you might see mixed in, those are some of the snowflakes that are coming down as well. So we'll see that same sort of mixture when a lot of this arrives. Currently, we're looking at cloudy skies, some low-hanging clouds, and a bit of fog or mist out there also, cutting down on visibility. It's around 5 miles over at the airport, a little bit worse in some areas, but still pretty manageable. 35 degrees currently. It continues to be cloudy for you up until about 7 o'clock. Between 7 and 9 o'clock this evening, that's when that mixture arrives. Some areas north of 8 Mile, like these areas here, like around Capac and Emmett, also around Pontiac, where it's now 32 degrees. Chances are you'll see more snow rather than rain, but not heavy amounts. It all is still going to be on the light side. As you can see, south of 8 Mile, south of Hall Road, we're looking at temperatures below freezing, actually above freezing, around 34, 35 degrees in Monroe. Visibility anywhere from 3 to 7 miles, so looking pretty good right now. You can see that rain-snow line draped just north of 8 Mile Road. Well, here in Detroit, we'll still see some snowflakes as well, but since we'll see that mixture and since it'll be out of here pretty quickly, certainly by the time we wake up on Saturday, the amounts will be relatively low, anywhere from a trace to about an inch at the most across areas to the north. You can see that here in Detroit, as much as maybe 1/10 of an inch or maybe up to a 1/2 inch. The farther you get north of 8 Mile, up to around an inch in Pontiac, just over an inch or around an inch also in places like the Thumb, like around Sandusky, close to an inch as well for our friends out in Howell and out toward Ann Arbor. If you see any snowflakes, maybe as much as a 1/2 inch to an inch of new snow when all is said and done. And again, that's by the end of tomorrow morning. We're looking at 30 degrees overnight. Sunrise tomorrow is at 8 o'clock. Slipperiest portion of the nighttime or evening is generally between 8 o'clock and about midnight up until about 2 a.m. So if you're doing some late night shopping later on tonight or have any activities later on tonight, be careful on the roads. Don't have to cancel those activities, just factor on extra time getting to and from them. We're looking at 39 for a high tomorrow, maybe a slippery morning. Much of the precipitation will have come to an end, maybe even some sunshine out of the deal midday tomorrow, but a high of 39 degrees, so we'll see some more thawing. Then, Merry Christmas. On Christmas Day, we wake up to 30 degrees with some morning fog, so you know Rudolph will have his nose shining bright just before sunrise, delivering those last-minute packages to all the kids at home. 38 for a high on Christmas Day. Kwanzaa comes around. And guess what? It gets warmer. We've got 52 degrees on the way for Monday afternoon before it gets chillier once again. As we go into next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we're back in the 30s, but that's seasonable for this time of year, around 35 for a high and temps eventually in the 20s for lows by the middle of next week.
All righty. Andrew, thank you.
Well, federal agents swarm a Romulus home. New tonight, what neighbors say they saw and what they were after.
But first, stories from across Michigan, including what the state says they can't do to help people affected by the water crisis. That's next. Across Michigan this Friday, we're following stories for you from Kalkaska and a warning for people living along the Lake Michigan shoreline.
But we want to start in Flint with new developments in the water crisis. The state says it doesn't have the resources to make door-to-door water delivery happen in Flint, according to a claim filed Thursday in response to the emergency motion also filed this week, asking a federal judge to force Flint and the state to begin door-to-door water delivery to residents. Instead, the state says it will begin mailing letters and notices to all Flint residents in January. The state says the mailings will provide clear, up-to-date information in multiple languages about continued efforts to end the crisis. And 3 men will spend Christmas behind bars after an anonymous tip led to a drug bust.
The Kalkaska County Sheriff's Department had just wrapped up an investigation into heroin dealings, but a tip extended the investigation, leading deputies to a home where additional narcotics were said to be stored. A search of the home uncovered heroin, methadone, and a handgun, and led police to arrest and charge Ryan Hart, Nathan Hedapole, and Richard Sherwood. Warming temperatures this weekend could pose some safety risks on Lake Michigan and frozen inland waters.
Yeah, that's right. The Coast Guard is urging everyone to use extreme caution on the water and melting ice, and also say it's important to know that ice thickness can vary even in small areas. People are asked to stay away from cracks, slushy areas, and also darker areas. And due to rescue boats being winterized, Coast Guard rescuers will have reduced ability to respond.
New at 5:30.
Secret stops. Livonia police flip the script on drivers and show you why getting pulled over could lead to a special Christmas surprise. Naughty or nice? Donald Trump's supposed cozy relationship with Vladimir Putin now in question after the president-elect says he wants to use a tactic from the Cold War.
Fiat Chrysler, another major recall that you're going to want to know about. We'll have the full details ahead on Local 4 News at 5.
It's dinner time. Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5:30 starts now.
An important recall out tonight from Chrysler for owners of certain small SUVs after a potentially dangerous flaw is discovered. Well, it's been a tough couple of weeks for Chrysler, with the company announcing several large recalls.
And while fewer vehicles might be involved in this one, the problem could be very dangerous. Business editor Rob Maloney has a look at what the problem is and who's affected.
This morning, Chrysler recalled just over 43,000 SUVs and a crossover, all of them made in the 2016 model year. And the problem is that the vehicle can stall while you're driving down the road.
The recall affects the 2016 Dodge Journey, which is assembled in the Toluca, Mexico plant, and the Jeep Compass and Jeep Patriot, both made at the Belvidere Assembly Plant in Illinois. All three are using the same substandard cam and crankshaft sensor connector. It's a specific universe of vehicles, too. So the recall affects vehicles made between May 9th and July 15th of this year, with the 2.0-liter or the 2.4-liter four-cylinder engine. So far, Chrysler is not reporting any injuries or crashes, but not wanting to take any chances here. You'll not be able to get your vehicle fixed until January 27th. That's when they'll have parts. Chrysler will be in touch with you by mail, and as always in these situations, the fix will be for free. We'll have all of the contact information you might need on clickondetroit.com.
And before I go, we have one more very small recall, but if you own one of these vans, it's still important to you. It is the Ram ProMaster, which is the commercial panel wagon. Apparently, they're having trouble with 23 vehicles, just under 24 vehicles, with seat-mounted airbags. So if you own one of those vehicles, you can expect a recall notice in the mail. In the newsroom, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Well, one person arrested in Romulus after an early morning raid.
The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms executed a search warrant at a home near Eureka and Middle Belt. It surprised people living in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I was scared for my kids because of the bang, and my son's room is right there, so I moved him in my room just in case. I didn't want him to be, I didn't know if they were about to have a shootout or what it was, because I'm not used to seeing military, you know.
It's not clear what investigators were looking for inside of that house.
In Woodhaven, police are investigating a shooting that left one man wounded. It happened last night at the Williamsburg Square Apartments. The man is in critical condition after getting shot in the abdomen. No arrests have been made.
And as we turn to the forecast right now, all hopes for a white Christmas. Andrew, you have dashed them.
Well, not exactly. I mean, we'll still have some snow on the ground. And guess what? No matter what, whether you like snow or not, it still looks like it's going to be a great holiday, Ed Rod.
Absolutely.
Out there right now, we've got cloudy skies overhead. Now, if you're doing some last-minute shopping, make sure you take some extra time on the roads. You can see some rain and snow off to our west, mainly falling in southwestern portions of the state right now. Look at all the colors showing up. The blue indicates snowflakes that are falling like around Fort Wayne, but followed right behind it, temperatures slightly above freezing, so some raindrops are mixing in. So that's what I think we'll see later on this evening. Right now, snowflakes are showing up here on 4 Live radar. Air is still pretty dry, though, so not all those snowflakes making it to the ground, at least not consistently. You can see that rain-snow mix starts to enter here as we get closer to 7, 8 o'clock this evening. Really picks up the pace as we get closer to around midnight. You can see that rain-snow line draped right through the middle of the southeast Michigan, including right along 8 Mile Road. Here in Detroit, I think we'll see a mixture of rain and snow, and because we'll see that mixture, and because this will move pretty quickly, you can see it's out of here by dawn tomorrow, the amounts are going to be on the light side. Nonetheless, you always want to be careful when precipitation starts to fall. 35 degrees right now. Now, in terms of your 4-zone forecast, here's my snowfall forecast for you around the region. Anywhere from a trace to a half-inch right here in the metro zone, including Southfield, West Bloomfield, areas south of 8 Mile, south of 94. That's where those snow totals are going to be on the much lighter side, anywhere from a trace to maybe a half-inch at the most. Off to the west, you might see more of that snow possible, but only an inch to maybe 2 inches at the most in places like Fenton. Same thing in our north zone. 2 inches, really, that's in some isolated spots, more like an inch or just a bit more from Imlay City over toward Yale. And that again is overnight into very early tomorrow morning. We'll talk more about these snow totals and your forecast for the next 7 days, including Christmas, coming right up.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Well, it's the final countdown with the first night of Hanukkah tomorrow and Christmas on Sunday. Time is running out to find that perfect gift, and take a live look right now at Sky4 over Oakland Mall, where you can tell a lot of people are waiting until the last minute to find that perfect gift. It seems like everyone has a secret strategy.
I got here really early. I knew it was going to be crowded.
To finish up that last-minute holiday shopping, when time isn't on your side, many say having a plan is the key to keeping your sanity.
Get up early, get out, get in the stores, avoid the lines, do what you can to get in and get out.
The National Retail Federation projects Americans will spend nearly $656 billion this holiday season, an increase of 3.5% over last year. And those shoppers will spend, on average, $935 on gifts, many hunting for bargains.
I love being able to go in and say, hey, you saved $100. I'm like, yes. It's all about the savings to me.
And believe it or not, a stunning 20% of holiday shoppers will wait until Christmas Eve to hit the stores.
Doing all right, considering I haven't started.
Some say they even thrive under the pressure.
I guess it would be slightly stressful, but the fun of it is more the just the fact that we waited till the last minute. So it's kind of the, oh God, I need to do this now. But it's sort of fun like that.
This is fun. This is the greatest time of the year.
It may be the thought that counts, but for the procrastinators among us, finding the perfect gift for that special someone is truly priceless. I really don't know how they do it. According to the National Retail Federation, the average American will spend $752 on Christmas gifts.
Passengers and crew aboard a hijacked plane from Libya are now free. More than 100 passengers were on board when 2 Libyan men forced the pilot to divert to Malta. The men were armed with grenades and handguns and threatened to blow the plane up. It turns out the weapons were fake, and the men eventually surrendered. Well, a fire ripped through a hotel in Florida today, leaving dozens of guests without anywhere to stay.
The fire broke out in a hotel in Kissimmee, just south of Orlando. No one was hurt, but the cause still under investigation. And 2 men are in custody after allegedly forcing a Lyft driver to take them on an 11-hour crime spree.
Yeah, that driver had picked up 4 men Tuesday night for what he thought was just going to be another normal ride. But one of the suspects pulled out a gun and forced the victim to drive them around as they committed numerous crimes. Well, after 11 hours, the victim was finally allowed to go back home. Police have made 2 arrests so far. The other 2 suspects are still on the loose.
And the driver accused of killing a 3-year-old during a road rage incident has been arrested and charged. Gary Holmes surrendered to authorities in Little Rock, Arkansas last night. The shooting happened during a road rage incident last weekend over a delay at a stop sign. A woman told police Holmes stopped behind her, honked his horn, then got out of his car and shot into hers. Her grandson was wounded and later died.
President-elect Donald Trump has the world's attention after declaring today, let it be an arms race, after his tweet yesterday about the U.S. needing to strengthen its nuclear arsenal. Trump's comments followed some tough talk by Russia's president about increasing his country's nuclear power.
A Cold War of words between President-elect Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin after both leaders called for expanding their nuclear arsenals. Today, Mr. Trump had an off-camera conversation with MSNBC's Mika Brzezinski, telling her,
"Let it be an arms race. We will outmatch them at every pass."
While those words grabbed the world's attention, Trump enjoyed a casual golf outing with Tiger Woods. His incoming press secretary tried to clarify.
The president isn't saying we're going to do this. He said unless they come to their senses. It's a warning to them that this president's going to take action.
Both leaders yesterday called for their countries to strengthen their nuclear capabilities. But today, Putin told reporters if someone accelerates and speeds up the arms race, it's not us.
Something as complex and important as nuclear weapons strategy cannot be communicated in the course of 140 characters in a Twitter message. This is not how serious American presidents should be behaving.
Trump today released a week-old Christmas letter from Putin, who expressed hope for more cooperation between the two countries, prompting a less controversial response from Trump, saying, quote, "A very nice letter from Vladimir Putin. I hope both sides are able to live up to these thoughts and we do not have to travel an alternate path."
And we do want to let you know the Radio City Rockettes are going to be performing at Trump's inauguration on January 20th. The dancers are part of a lineup the inaugural committee says it has on tap for the celebration. Although so far no names have been released other than the Rockettes. This will be the Rockettes' second time performing at an inauguration. You might remember they danced during George W. Bush's welcoming ceremony back in 2001. Well, researchers have finally developed a vaccine for the Ebola virus.
And a study done by the World Health Organization identified nearly 12,000 people from Guinea who may have been in contact with the virus. Well, when they gave a group of that population the environmental vaccine, none of them contracted Ebola. Now, although the vaccine is still awaiting final approval, doses are available for use in emergency situations.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Well, if you play football, a football game in Idaho in December, you might want to be ready for some bad weather.
Yeah, you should be prepared for that, really. New tonight, what the players weren't prepared for that left them slipping and sliding all over the place.
Yikes. And call off the search. We found Frosty. New tonight, how a serious medical issue ended with, well, we'll say a pretty hilarious discovery.
Officers from the Livonia Police Department spread some holiday cheer throughout the city. We'll tell you what they did and how it all came about on Local 4.
Visit Suburban.
New at 6.
I'm Nick Monticelli. Happy Friday story for everybody. Brand new Madeline, born on Wednesday, but not born in the hospital, not born in home, born on the side of I-94. The awesome story from her and her parents here in Clinton Township.
Just in time for the holidays. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty safe to say that no one wants to get pulled over during the holidays, right?
I don't want to get pulled over at any time of the year. But right now, you know, we're spending. It's hard. But Livonia police changed that notion in a big way over the past few days. Our Coco McAvoy has a look at why you seeing those red lights flashing behind you could lead to a very special surprise.
Officers from the Livonia Police Department say they take pride in protecting and serving the community. But this time around, they had the chance to share a special gift with their community. And for many people, they say this gift was just what they needed. Officers in Santa hats gathering at the station before hitting the streets.
A lot of our encounters are not very positive. They've been involved in a traffic crash, or there's a violation, or they've been a victim of a crime.
But this time around was different. So Chief Curtis Cade told his officers,
you may never in your career get another opportunity to do something like this, so make the best of it.
So that's what officers like Dan McCulley did at the Salvation Army, walking up to random strangers.
Can I have a hug first?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God. Many of the encounters emotional, like for Brenda Norton.
I help take care of my mother and my grandfather, and we need it bad. And it means a lot.
Her plans with the money?
Go buy my mother some diapers.
And that's what led Officer McCulley to give her an extra $50.
Oh, she deserved another 50, I think, since she's helping out others.
It's a similar story for Dale Jones, who just wanted to buy his granddaughter a Christmas gift.
You're about to make me cry.
Now he can.
And she always calling me Papa. So I'm gonna be Papa again this year for her.
And that's what this was really all about, protecting and serving the community, but in a different capacity for the holidays. The officers were spread out throughout the entire city of Livonia, and they did this event yesterday and today. I'm Coco McAvoy, Local 4.
All these stories.
I know.
Trying to make us cry tonight.
Oh, but I just love that giving, you know, that real sense of the spirit.
Yeah, that's what the holiday season is all about.